On MCL News tonight, again, Supreme Court adjourns Imo judgment review application. Imo community raises alarm over attack by suspected militias. Coronavirus, don't panic, worry, tells Nigerians. Confed Cup, Korea holding by 1-1 in Aba. Good evening, welcome to MCL News. I am Ruth Hans. Thanks for joining us, and we do sincerely apologize for coming behind schedule. Meanwhile, details of the news. Following successful conduct of the local government elections in Enugu State on Saturday, the State Independent Electoral Commission and SIEC declared candidates of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) winners of chairmanship and councillorship seats contested in all the 17 local government areas and 260 electoral wards in the state. Declaring the results at the NCEC headquarters on Sunday, the chairman of the electoral body, Dr. Mike Ajogu San, stated that the elections were peaceful, free and fair, and in accordance with the Electoral Acts as well as guidelines and timetable of the Commission. Dr. Ajogu explained that results of the councillorship election were declared at the ward level by the ward returning officer. He declared that the councillorship candidates of the PDP won in all the 260 electoral wards and were declared winners. The NCEC chairman, who announced the results of the chairmanship election, stated that candidates of the PDP got the highest number of votes cast in the 17 local governments of the state, declaring them winners. And leaders of Amici Akunawa in Enugu South local government area of Enugu State have petitioned the Inspector General of Police IGP Mohammed Adamu over alleged harassment of their people by the police. In a letter dated February 26, in address to the IGP, the community leaders through their lawyers ECOJ and company urged that ongoing parallel investigative panel on private estates international be halted. The petition said IGP has sanctioned an investigation last year on the same issue. They said the issues were conducted by the panel but wondered why another investigation is being carried out. They also complained that despite the valid court order restraining the police from taking further action, has gone ahead to effect the arrest of some people and community members. And the people of Moinohuku local government area of Ebonyi State yesterday raised the alarm over what they described as invasion of the area by a group of armed men who appeared in military uniform. The community and the neighboring Agila in Ado local government area of Benue State have been at war over boundary matters, during which many were killed and properties worth billions of naira destroyed. It was gathered that the communities often engage in reprisal attacks after several efforts made by two state governments to end the protracted war failed. Yesterday, the people of Mo alleged that armed men from Agila invaded their community with a fleet of branded Army Hilux vans in a commando style few days after they were allegedly attacked by Agila people, destroying lives and property worth hundreds of millions of naira. And residents of Ebonyi State have rejected the proposed hike in electricity tariff introduced by the Enugu Electricity Distribution Company (EEDC). The residents opposed the hike at a town hall meeting organized by the EEDC. The distribution company came up with a 50% increase, which they said will commence in April this year. The meeting has a theme stakeholders consultation on the extraordinary review of the multi-year tariff. Ejike Ikele has details of the story. We sincerely apologize for that mix-up, but the report will be coming in our subsequent bulletins. The Ebonyi State government has relocated traders in the biggest market in the state to the newly built international market. The Special Assistant to Ebonyi State Governor, Mr. Cyril Ofoke, said the movement was hitch-free. Some of the affected traders lamented that they were unaware that their zone would be among the first to relocate to the international market. Ebonyi State MCLtv correspondent Ejike Kile has the details of the story.
It is just a day after the deadline given to relocate our markets in Abakaliki by Ebonyi State government. Activities in the market are very slow as traders are outside while their shops are under lock and keys as security agencies are on ground to maintain law and order in the market. Some of the traders have this to say.
And that you don't know, I am and I understand it. And we will line that nowhere any notice time for.
Government maintain that the traders must evacuate the debts generated in the market as they move to the international market.
The exercise is going on well, even though we have some women who are here to disrupt the by making sure that they just want to sit, sat down and eat relative. And it is not healthy for the program.
The decision by the state government to relocate the market is followed by the agreement reached by the parties involved. The special assistant to the Ebonyi State governor on market development has this to say.
The market, the traders understood. They have been asking for time to conveniently move. Facility have been provided, including security. So when the time came yesterday, everybody packed their goods, left the market peacefully.
For this trader, the relocation of the market is okay, but the government must ensure that no trader is left behind.
As for I from so I went from a shop on a main road kind of area. You have so good. I law to market or market. No, don't come on. No, even if Madeleine and meet market, I like come on, the banners we have. Why should one as well to Beba? Maneke, you bought Ufoda Laro on a dark and mobile.
According to the government, the relocation of the market is aimed to decongest the city. Ejike Ikele, MCLtv News.
Come on MCL News, a Sports Club 1926 inaugurates President Gunmen killed Polish students in Imo. Kadri's Olympic qualification important for Africa, says ITTF. Details of these and more after the break. Please stay with us. With heavy heart, the management and staff of Northern Communications Limited, MCLtv, announced the death of one of his staff, Mr. Nathaniel Ogugwa Mwabunike. The sad event occurred on Wednesday night in February 2020. Until his death, the late Mwabunike, popularly known as Akunno Joto, was the studio manager of MCLtv. The deceased was a graduate of theatre arts from University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University. He was the creator of the program Frontliners, which metamorphosed into Front Runners. Sports Digest, which has been running for more than a decade, is the brainchild of late Mr. Mwabunike. He was also credited with the introduction of newspaper review on MCLtv. The burial announcement will be announced by the family. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Mommy, mosquito is biting me.
But I asked you to use Top Rank insecticide.
Top Rank insecticide kills mosquitoes, cockroach, flies, and every other crawling and flying insects faster anywhere around you. NAFDAC approves Top Rank insecticide for its effectiveness. Use Top Rank insecticide and enjoy a peaceful night rest. Available in all shops and supermarkets near you in 600 milliliter can and 300 milliliter can. Top Rank insecticide is marketed nationwide by C Success Multi Services Limited. Telephone 0813 111 2348 or 090-960-22577. Top Rank insecticide. What's worth doing is worth doing well.
Welcome back, and it's still on to MCL News. Thanks for staying with us. The Aba Sports Club 1926 has inaugurated a new president. He is Chief Jerry Kalu. MCL News witnessed the event. The report. The event, which took place at the Aba Sports Club premises, kicked off with the welcome procession of the new president, Chief Jerry Kalu. Chief Jerry Kalu, in his inaugural speech, thanked members of the Aba Sports Club for believing in him and urged them to keep supporting his administration. Governor of Abia State, who was present at the occasion, thanked the members of the club for always supporting him and expressed confidence in the new president. He also promised to support the new president.
I have expressed confidence in your ability to do well and exceed the expectations of members of this club and those that are watching from afar. I am sure that the next 2 years will be very, very glorious years of this club, building on the foundation that has been laid by your predecessors. I will support you just as you supported me, and I will do that people that support in every way you desire to make their tenor.
Awards were given to individuals for their contributions to humanity and the club. The high point of the event was the swearing-in of the president of the club, Chief Jerry Kalu. Speaking to MCL News, some of the guests expressed happiness at the event. They have kind words for the president.
Yeah, my prayer is that he will have a very successful tenure, a tenure that will be very memorable, a tenure know that if anybody remembers it, they wish to elect presidents like him. I wish him well. I wish him all the best. Jerry will be supported by members of the club. Jerry will be supported by many of the business community, because the club itself hasn't money enough to sustain activities that will go on here. But the chairman, the president, who appreciates the importance of relating with the public, will certainly support. A lot of people have a lot of information and we are praying that we will do well and succeed within the 2 years period is supposed to serve.
The president expressed joy at the event, thanking the members of the Aban Sports Club for the confidence reposed in him. He also promised not to let them down.
I feel elated and I'm happy that today I'm being inaugurated as the president. I'm giving them a data, I give them a program and a project. And I told them that we are going to raise over 100 million to make it our project. This time around, the president goes to a higher height.
Inaugural cake was cut and guests danced all the way. Guests who graced the event include former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ihejirika, retired, Minority Leader and Senator representing Abia South Senatorial District, Mayor Abaribe, Member representing Aba North and South Federal Constituency, OC Prestige, Minority Leader, Abia House of Assembly, Oba, former Member, House of Assembly, Blessing Waba, former Deputy Governor, Acho Mwakama, among others. Ruth Ohams, MCL News. In our talking sports, the African Table Tennis Federation says Africa's #1 table tennis player, Marjorie Haruna, cannot afford to miss the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Haruna makes qualification for the Olympics from the African qualifying tournament after he failed to show up for his third game against Tunisia's Adam Himan after sustaining an injury in his loss to Senegal's Ibrahima Diallo. The report.
Speaking through its president Khalid El Sahi, the African Table Tennis Federation (ATTF) said that considering the exploits of Kodri globally, his presence in Tokyo will inspire other African players in Tokyo, citing the benchmark set by Kodri at Rio 2016 with his quarterfinal feat. The ATTF board stated that players like Haruna Kodri cannot afford to miss out on the party in Japan. The continental body, however, wished the Nigerian a quick recovery from the recurrent thigh injury that forced him to withdraw from the qualifiers in Tunis. According to ATTF chief, the first qualification for Kodri is to attend the final World Singles Qualifying Tournament, which will be held in Qatar on May 28 to 31, with 8 top players expected to qualify from the tournament. He said the last option which the Nigerian had met is through the June 2020 ITTF board ranking, with top 13 players in the board expected to get their qualification through their world rating. For the Olympic Games, El Sahi said 86 men and 86 women are expected to compete at Tokyo 2020, with each country having 2 players each in men and women events. For now, Olajide Omotayo remains the only Nigerian male player that has qualified, with Nigeria having 1 more Olympic slot. Enyimba coach Fatai Osho has commended his players despite a home draw with Horoya FC. Enyimba was held 1-1 at home by the Guinean club in the quarter-final of the CAF Confederation Cup in Aba on Sunday. The Aba-based side went ahead in the 18th minute through Augustine Oladapo, who fired in a left-foot shot for his 3rd goal of the competition. With 20 minutes to go, Boniface Haba, who had been brought in as a second-half substitute, headed the ball into the bottom left after a cross from Bukasa Mamusaku on the right to equalize for Horoya. Manchester City secured their 3rd League Cup win in succession and their 4th in 5 years, with victory over Aston Villa at Wembley. Pep Guardiola's side won a historic treble of domestic trophies last season, with the Premier League and FA Cup. and they thoroughly deserved their triumph despite a spirited effort from Aston Villa. In the FA Cup fixture slated for tonight, Portsmouth will stage Arsenal. The kickoff time is 8:45 p.m. Nigerian time. Real Madrid beat Barcelona in a captivating El Clasico to move above their rivals at the top of Spanish La Liga. Vinicius Jr. drove in through a deflection in a second half packed with chances after Isco saw a shot saved and an effort cleared off the goal line. Substitute Mariano struck in added time as Real Madrid moved a point clear of Barca. In boxing, promoter Bob Arum has said Deontay Wilder will fight Britain's WBC heavyweight world champion Tyson Fury for a third time this summer. The pair drew their first fight in 2018, and last weekend, Fury stopped Wilder in the 7th round to win the title. The American had 30 days to call a rematch, and Arum, Fury's US promoter, says he has been formally notified by Wilder's team that they are doing so. Jonah Oje, MCL News.
And that is the size of our news package for this evening. But before we go, a recap of our main stories. The Supreme Court again on Monday adjourned till Tuesday the hearing of the application seeking the review of its judgment, which overturned the outcome of the last governorship election in Imo State. The Ebonyi State government has relocated traders in the biggest markets in the state to the newly built international market, and the special assistant to Ebonyi State Governor, Mr. Ceo Ofoke, said the movement was hitch-free. The Aba Sports Club 1926 has inaugurated a new president. He is Chief Jerry Kalu. And in Water Sports, we brought you a report. The African Table Tennis Federation says Africa's #1 table tennis player, Nigeria's Quadri Arena, cannot afford to miss Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Haruna missed qualifications for the Olympics from the African qualifying tournament after he failed to show up for his third game against Tunisia's Adam Mam after sustaining an injury in his loss to Senegal's Ibrahima Dal. And that was news. Thanks for sharing your time with us, but do stay tuned for Akokoa and do join us at 11 p.m. for our news update. I am Ruth Ohams. From me, it's good night. MCL